What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Heavy Wrench. Thanks for tuning in today. We're working on a W230 Hitachi loader. Anyway, we got it's Cummins engine, 8.3 liter. Injection pump's leaking up by one of the delivery valves out the actual side of the case. So we're going to take care of that, but I'm going to catch you up to speed. I did a little bit on the GoPro. Not sure how it turned out, so I'm just going to kind of reiterate that. If it is double, it's double, but here we go. I'll show you what we got cooking here. So let me turn the camera around and I'll show you what I've done so far. Alright, like I said, it's a Cummins injection pump. It's leaking out right here, back in here in the middle, where it's spraying fuel. As soon as you hit the primer for the lift pump there, the primer pump, it's spewing fuel out of there. I didn't even start the thing. So what I've done is, if you look down here, right there, there is a timing pin that gets shoved in as you crank it around back on the flywheel with the turning tool. And the turning tool looks like this right here. There's the Cummins part number right there, 3824591. That's the Cummins part number if you need it. Next thing we're going to do is pull this nut off here. I've got all the lines off. I've sprayed everything down with mineral spirits and parts washer. Everything's clean. Pull the injection lines up there, the return line, the feed line, off the back. The fuel shutoff solenoid is disconnected. The aneroid line is off. The feed line is off back here. We should be ready to start pulling this pump off and get her all set. So we'll see if I can set this up. This camera is a lot nicer to work with than the GoPro, but it's a little tougher to set up when you're doing things. So I'll try to see what I can do out of this one, but we'll take that off. There's a gear puller you need for this up here. I'll see if I have the proper one. If not, I'll show you which one I use to make it work. I have a John Deere one that I think is going to be the right size, but if not, I have a steering wheel puller that generally works, or a spreader bar that works. So we'll go from there. I've pulled a few of these, so we'll get her out of there and see what happens. I'll show you what it is. Here we go. I got the T-bar or the H-bar on there, and the puller, and them are metric bolts in there, and 2 bolts. Took quite a bit of pressure to get it to pop, but it did pop. So the gear is loose from the drive of the shaft that goes into the injection pump. Now I got the mounting flanges to get off, and then pump will be sliding back out, and we'll have her out of there. Well, there it is. It's out. The keyway is facing just below that bolt for reference later. I generally take a picture of where it's at, or I scribe a line in this case. But this flange, I guess this flange only goes one way because there's a hole up here. But that's the mounting flange. Everything came off nice. Pump's nice and clean on this side. So you can see how dirty it was on the inside. I couldn't clean it much on this side at all. But that leak was happening right coming out of that delivery port. So I don't know what's going on, and I don't know what has been done to this previously. So we're just going to take her in and get it resealed, gone through. But the whole, I like leaving my puller in there sometimes until I get the whole thing out, just to make sure I have something I can pull on that gear if I have to. But it's all out. We're going to wrap this one up and drop that off at the injection shop, and I'm going to end this one here for today, and then when I come back, we'll be putting it back on. We got the injection pump back here from the injection shop. I'm going to insert a clip right now of a picture of the barrel and the plunger. This was the number 6 injector that was actually plugged. The injector was actually plugged, and we have a barrel that actually broke. So picture will be coming up here in a minute. So check that out. It's kind of crazy how it cracked. I'll talk about that a little bit after, or while the picture's up, and maybe explain. So this here is the injector barrel and plunger assembly. The picture is not doing it justice because the actual plunger's down lower. I don't know how to make the picture different. I'd like to.
You might be able to see the whole thing on the bottom. I can kind of see it there. Anyway, this is what actually broke. The injector plugged, and when I tried to compress the fuel, had nowhere to go. It broke this, and that's what actually was leaking out the top, was because this was broken. After we found this, we took the injector in, he tested it, and it didn't even do anything. It was plugged solid. So, end result is, this is what the catastrophic failure was inside the injection pump. He replaced the barrel and the plunger on this one, and everything else is back to good to go, new status. So we'll get into this pump, putting it in. We'll go from there. So the injection pump is back. We have our new O-ring. We are clocked at the same position as what we were the last time. It's facing that same bolt, about the same spot. So we have an O-ring here we got to put in, and then we will be ready to go back together. This is your actual timing pin on your injection pump. I forgot to mention that the last time. You pull this out, flip it around, it sets in nice and deep, and then that cover just flips back around. So that's how you pin your pump. So the pump is pinned right now. I forgot to mention that the last time, so we're good to go from there. But everything is back together, nice and sealed. So we'll be doing the install here quickly, and well, maybe probably not quickly because we gotta do what we gotta do. So, all right, let's get after it. So the lovely part about having a camera with an external microphone is if you forget to turn it on, you have to do voiceovers. So here I'm explaining how I put some white grease around the O-ring. That just helps you seal everything, keep it in place. You can use regular grease, oil, whatever you want. Now that shaft right there I'm pointing to, you have to keep super clean because there's no keyway on the gear that drives this pump. So if you don't have that super clean, it's a problem. I use electric contact cleaner. Brake clean works, but brake clean sometimes leaves a film. Also, make sure that you get inside the gear super clean, because any movement on that will definitely affect your timing. So be careful with that. That's really the heads up. I don't know what else I was trying to tell you in this video. It's been a little bit of time since I've done this, but super important to keep that clean and torque it down properly. So here's another tip that I like to tell, or like to do, is on this seal here, get it real clean, and then I like to spray it with that white lithium grease to ensure that that cap doesn't leak. And this cap is very weak, so don't use a pair of channel locks on it to tighten it. Just use your hand. White lith, just spray it on with the can. I like using that. It works really well. Alright, so injection pump's on. I'll show you that right now. Get this camera over here. We got all our lines. I jumped the starter
and left the fuel, turned the fuel on so I could watch it spray out the injector lines there. Got everything bled. We're definitely bled. Primed up the pump. Got good return fuel. Everything's primed, ready to go. Got the muffler on. All that's all set. Hood's back, bolted down. Everything's good to go. We're just waiting on some. We're waiting on some juice. It is Michigan. It is cold out. This thing's been sitting a while. So we're charging both batteries up on a rag here, but yeah, it's all set, ready to go. We just got to get it fired. We got smoke, but we got some smoke and some hit and miss, and we run out of battery, so it's only cranking about 30 seconds. I think we're gonna need to end up putting some batteries in this. They don't look that old, to tell you the truth. I don't see a date on them, but a couple of 4Ds, they look pretty new. But this one's definitely not taking a charge because it's running off my truck. The other one's taking a charge, and then we get some crank. So we'll give her a few minutes here. We'll get her fired up, wrap this one up. I appreciate you staying tuned. I know this is probably a long video, and we're gonna see what we can do. Keep the camera angle. So, all right. We're out here. We got this loader started, the 8.3. Finishing it up, checking for leaks. Everything's all set. I'm going to show you a clear vision of the exhaust, just so we got that on camera, and check it out. So look at the exhaust. I'll rev it up. Wind real fast up, but it does wind up good. There's no leaks on the pump. Let's take a look at that from over here. We'll stop the camera, and I'll do after we shut it off and try to fire it back up and make sure it's... So there's the 8.3 liter Cummins that we put the injection pump on, the injector on. You've seen the broken piece. I didn't get the initial start up. It smokes pretty good when it's when it first starts up, but as smoke clears up within, I don't know, once you get the cylinder temperatures in a good reasonable range of firing, that white smoke goes away. It runs really good. I don't see an issue with it. You just seen the footage there of what it is revved up once it's warmed up for maybe, I don't know, it ran 5-10 minutes maybe. So the initial little bit white smoke, but after that it's primo, good to go. So all right, well, you guys have a great day. I appreciate it. Thanks for watching. Hit that like, comment, share, subscribe, notification bell, all that good jazz. Check out the Heavy Wrench on theheavywrench.com for some merchandise if you want. You don't have to. Whatever it is, but it's out there if you'd like it. So have a good one and keep that iron moving. Well, we got the injection pump back from the shop that I took it to. We're out here going to install it. I know the light's probably not very good right now, but let me widen this out a little bit. That's as wide as it's going to go. So anyway. Yep. All right. So it'll be, I don't know if I'll keep it all in one or not. We'll see. Anyway, but it's fairly good. It runs the cylinder temperatures within a good reasonable amount of